so important for us as we create educational materials and content for families, right? We want to reach, obviously, our English-speaking families, and we definitely want to reach our Spanish-speaking familias and parents. And so when we translate, we have a motto, and our motto is translations don't translate. You cannot rely on Google Translate or ChatGPT to do the work of the human voice, right? Especially to do all those specific things that you were saying, Mariana, in making sure that it's not only relevant, culturally relevant and appropriate and authentic to where these characters or who the audience is, but also keeping that friendly, fun tone. A lot of times, we see content in English that's so adorable. It rhymes and it has alliteration, and then they translate it to Spanish, and it's just like, what happened to the cuteness? They just kind of copied and pasted from like a Google Translate, and it just doesn't do it justice. So just wanted to also put that out there, and how important transcreating content is. What I love this word. It's the creativity behind a translation that is going to make it really resonate with our Latino audiences.
Yeah, it's a huge growing field, Rocio. Just a brief comment. A lot of the work that I'm getting in has to do with transcreating. I love that word. You introduced it to me, and now I'm adopting it instead of translating. Dubbing has been, it was just done so differently because the content was, if you were producing for US audiences, you were producing in English, and that was the end of that. And then international took care of dubbing for international markets. But because now we're dropping our content globally on the streaming everywhere, and because of the focus right now on diverse audiences, in particular Latino Hispanic audiences, then your Spanish version is for US kids and families who are choosing to watch your content in Spanish. So you're trying to level up the quality of your Spanish version to the level of your English version. So what you were saying, so the essence of the characters is maintained, the humor, the personality, and that doesn't necessarily mean copying the voice actor in English. It just means finding the voice in Spanish that also really reflects the essence of the character. And that's just a new thing. Literally, the studios, dubbing studios, the SAP studios are working really hard with producers, and that's a nice thing to see in the industry. So that's something new that's happening as we speak, let's say.
Absolutely. Very exciting.